Hello everyone, I welcome you all in this tutorial. Until now, we have seen how to use basic 3D objects on Fusion 360. How to prepare modeling for basic 3D objects. Now, in this tutorial, I am going to show you how to use Fusion 360 software for modeling actual parts of the assemblies which are used in a practical life. Okay, so this is nothing but these three parts are of the Oldham's coupling. Now coupling is basically used for connecting two shafts or transmitting power from one shaft to another shaft. Now in this diagram there is no shaft is shown, only three important parts of that coupling are shown. Now I will provide you one video regarding Oldham's coupling in the comment. So in order to understand what do you mean by Oldham's coupling and what is the use of it, you should go through that video. In this tutorial, I am going to explain you how to prepare different parts of the Oldham's coupling on Fusion 360 software. So this part, this second part, and this is the third part. Okay, so instead of giving isometric view of the object, orthographic views of the individual parts are provided, which is called as a part drawing. So if you observe over here, so this is nothing but the part drawing for four parts which are assembled together to form a Oldham's coupling. So if you observe, this first part is called as a flange. Serial number is given as 1 and name of the component is flange. So if you observe here, one number is given over here. So these are the two views for that first component, that is called as a flange. Then second one is the disc. So this is the two views, or these are the two views given for a disc. Then third one is shaft. For shaft only single view is provided, as it is sufficient to give idea about the shaft. Then fourth part is key. So key is again for that two views are provided to give complete idea about key. Now this first part, this flange will appear as a this one. So this is a flange, then this one is the disc, and this one is again a flange, similar to this one, only orientation is different. Now using instead of or without without looking at the isometric object, by using these views you should be able to visualize or recognize the how part is or what is the orientation of the part. So for that purpose, if you look over here, 560 is given, that means this part is circular one. Okay, then this thickness is 30 mm. So this 60 mm diameter circle or circular portion is of width 30 mm. Then on the other side 500 is given. So this 100 diameter circular portion is for 20 mm width. Then here two lines are provided, and here also one rectangular portion is given. So this kind of a rectangular recess is cut throughout this circular portion for thickness of 10 mm, and this keyway is cut along the central portion or along the central hole of diameter 30 mm, and dimension for keyway are 10 by 4. That means 10 is a width and 4 is a height. Now if you observe over here, so this is nothing but the circular part to which another circular portion is attached. Then this keyway, or sorry, not keyway, this one is the keyway and this one is a rectangular recess provided. So this here for this flange it is horizontal, and for this flange it is vertical. That is difference in the orientation. So now we will prepare model for this flange or prepare actual this flange using Fusion 360 software. So just keep in mind how the orientation is. Okay, so this is the orientation flange. So you need to prepare it, or you need to prepare a sketch. Keep in mind this orientation of the flange. So for that purpose I will go to Fusion 360 software, make all the origins visible. Now the central axis of this flange is along this direction. Okay, so I will select this plane and go to create sketch option. Okay, so first of all we will create this circular portion of diameter 60 mm and width 30 mm. So select center diameter circle, place center point, enter diameter as a 60, press enter, finish this sketch mode. Using extrude option, drag it for 20 mm, or you can manually enter distance as a 20 mm. Distance is here, sorry, 30 mm is there, so you need to enter distance as a 30 mm, press OK. So this is the one part. Then to this part, next portion is of diameter 100 mm and width 20 mm. You need to join. So again, select this face, right click, go to create sketch option, select center diameter circle, this as a center point, diameter as a 100 mm, press enter, finish this sketch mode. Again, using extrude option, select both the cross sections and distance as a thickness we want as a 20 mm. So press 20, operation by default join is there, keep as it is, press OK. Now we will drill central hole which is required throughout the length of diameter 30 mm. So this hole is throughout the flange or length of the flange, and diameter is 30. So again, select this face, click right click, go to create sketch option, circle, center diameter circle, place center, drag it diameter 30 mm, press enter, finish this sketch mode, go to extrude cut option, select this cross section, operation, cut, reverse the direction of the arrow, distance or extend all, that means throughout the length, press OK. So this is the flange. Now further you need to cut one rectangular recess over this portion. So how the orientation is, we will refer this diagram. So orientation is horizontal, so we need to draw one rectangle of width 12 mm and this much length, that means 100 mm. Okay, that means this circular portion is of 100. So again, select this face, go to create sketch option, draw one rectangle, I will select here center rectangle. So place the center point, then drag it, width as a 12, and you can keep it larger than the 100 so that it will cut the whole circle. Okay, finish this sketch mode. Now again, using extrude cut option, select this cross section and this cross section, reverse the direction. Now recess or thickness of this recess is here given as a 10. So distance is or extent is minus 10. Okay. Okay. So this kind of circular recess will be created. This is a circular recess that we have created. Now we want a keyway. Observe over here. Here is a one small rectangular portion is provided. Rectangular cut is provided for inserting the keyway that we will insert while assembling the components, that means joining the components together. So yes, we need to provide a keyway. So for that purpose, select this face, go to create sketch option. How the orientation is horizontal, so select this point. Over here you need to create that rectangular portion. So again, go to center rectangle option, select this point, drag it, width as a 10, press tab, and here enter as a 8. So why this is 8? Because first of all press enter, because whatever the dimensions of the keyway is given, that is this length is 10 and 4 is the distance, nothing but the half of the width, because half portion there will be in the shaft. So you need to prepare rectangle of dimension 10 mm by 8 mm. Finish this sketch mode. Now using extrude cut option, again we will cut this rectangular portion. This rectangle, reverse the direction, distance select as all throughout the length, press OK. So this kind of keyway will be provided. So this is a keyway, rectangular cut portion in the flange. This is a keyway cut throughout the flange, and this is the rectangular cut that we have provided on the front surface. So this is a flange. So as we have finished this flange, we will go to next part. Again, create another window. Now next part is nothing but the disc. Now how the disc is, so if you observe over here, diameter is 100 mm. So this central portion is of diameter 100. Then on both the sides rectangular recesses are provided. That means this is vertical, and on the back side there is a horizontal rectangular extension. So if you observe in this isometric view, this is central portion is circular one, circular plate is there, and to that circular plate on the back side there is one horizontal rectangular extension, and on the other side there is a one vertical rectangular extension. So looking at the dimension, first of all we will create this circular plate of diameter 100 mm, and thickness is given as a 10, 10 and 10. So initially for central plate we will keep the thickness as a 10 mm. So again same orientation is required. So we will select this plane, go to create sketch option, center diameter circle, place center, drag it, give dimension as 100 mm, press enter, finish the sketch mode, go to extrude option, thickness as a 10 mm, press enter. Now again we need to create rectangular extension. So again we will select this face, create sketch option. Now on the back side, that means here the orientation is horizontal, so that means this dotted portion. So this is horizontal, and on the front surface this is rectangle extension is vertical. So you need to draw horizontal rectangular portion. So for that go to rectangle option, center rectangle, so place the center, drag it. Now width is 12, so enter as it is, and by default select it as a, let us suppose 110, because we will, sorry, not this 110, this should be 12 and other dimension should be 110, let us suppose, because we will cut the remaining part. Now you need only this portion, so finish this sketch mode. Now go to extrude option, select this portion. How much is the thickness required? It is 10. Press OK. Now similar extension of vertical orientation we want on the back side. So again this face, select this face, go to create sketch option. Now we need to draw vertical rectangle on this side. So just go to rectangle, center rectangle, place center point, press tab, enter 12 mm as a width, again press tab, enter 110, that is by default, because we want more than the diameter of the circle. You can enter any dimension greater than 100. Press enter, finish this sketch mode. Again extrude option, select this central portion, drag it for distance of 10. Press enter. So this is a disc we have created. Simple circular plate at the center, then this rectangular extension using extrude option, and this rectangular extension of vertical orientation using again extrude option. So this is also over. I will keep visibility of origin off. Now we will go to next part. Now next part is this flange is same as it is, there is no change in that, only orientation is different. So you not there is no need to create this part again with different orientation. We can change the orientation of the component while joining them. Okay, we can repeat the same component with different dimension for assembly purpose. Now next part is shaft. Now so next part is shaft. So now this diameter for the shaft is 30 mm and keyway is 10 by 4 as we have prepared it. Similarly on the flange, similar keyway you need to provide on the shaft. Now length is not mentioned, so you can consider that, or this shaft is inserted while assembling in this flange. So this total length of the flange is 50 mm. So you can keep larger than that. So this 50 mm is there, so plus 10, so at least 60 mm should be the length of the shaft. Okay, so we will create this circular portion. Again shaft, keep origin, again same orientation, so we will select this plane, go to create sketch option. Now center diameter circle, place the center point, drag it, enter diameter as a 30 mm, press enter, finish this sketch mode. Again using extrude option, drag it, length is minimum 60 mm, 60, press enter. Now to this shaft we need to provide a keyway from this end. Okay, and dimension is 10 by 4. So again select this face, go to create sketch option. Now again here we need to draw a rectangle. Select center rectangle as option, place the center point over here, so same as the previous, height is 8, press tab, and width is 10, press enter, finish this sketch mode. what is the length of the keyway required? If you observe over here, this keyway will run from this portion to this portion, so 50 mm. So this flange will get fitted into this flange. Okay, so from this point to this point, so 30 plus 20 it is 50 and minus 10, so 40, but for a safety purpose we will keep it as a 45, let us suppose. So go to extrude, from this side select this portion only because we need to cut, and distance minus 45. Okay, cut is there, press OK. So this is nothing but the shaft. Okay, circular portion, and we have cut one keyway, that is rectangular keyway. Okay, so we have finished this. So again go to next part, that is nothing but the key. So key is nothing but the simple rectangle is there, 10 by 10, and 50 is length of the key. Okay, so taper is provided to keyway to fit that key tightly inside the shaft and flange, but for modeling purpose we are not considering that much small, that much for practical purpose, or at the initial level we are not considering that much detailing. So we will draw a 10 by 10 rectangle and 50 mm length. So again make origin visible, go to this plane, create sketch option, draw a rectangle of what is the dimension given, 10 by 10, but whenever we have prepared a keyway, here it is given as a dimension for the keyway was given as a 10 by 4. So we have created a keyway of, or a rectangle of 10 by 8 mm. If you remember, while preparing keyway over here we have given dimensions for that rectangle as a 10 by 8. So we will prepare the key of 10 by 8. So again draw a rectangle, center rectangle, place center point, drag it, height is 8, press tab, 10 is the width. Okay, finish this sketch mode, and length of the key is 50. So extrude, drag it to 50 mm. If you want to provide a taper, you can give taper angle also here. Let us suppose 10 degree. We want to reduce the thickness or reduce the cross section, so minus 10. So it is very much large, so you can give as a minus 1 or minus 0.5 degree if you want. Now for that simple purpose we are not going into that much detail, so keep it as a 10 by 10 only, or constant cross section is 0 degree taper angle. Okay, so we have created all the parts for the assembly as per the requirement. First one is flange, second one is disc, then third one is shaft, and last one is nothing but the key. Only remember that whenever we are preparing a new object, here is a body option. Okay, so in this body, whenever we complete the modeling, just right click on this and create components from the bodies. Select this option. Okay, so it will appear as a component. Okay, so for each part you need to perform this. While this bodies is there, go to this arrow, right click on this and select this create components from bodies. Okay, so now it will be considered as a component instead of bodies. Now what is the difference between bodies and components which is considered in the software? I will explain you at the while doing a assembly. Okay, so for all the parts we will repeat this: bodies, right click, create components. For this flange also, create components from bodies. Also you can rename it. Here you can give the name as per the requirement. Let us suppose flange. Okay, so we have created all the components. Now I will show you how to assemble or join these components together as per the requirement in the next video. Thank you.